Good morning. I'm again loaded to go pretty deep in Germany, going back towards the border with Czechia, and after that I have to go even a little bit deeper, even getting more close to the border with Czechia and the border with Poland. So I have with me full freight again, the same thing I did a few weeks ago, the full freight unloading from the roof. And yeah, loading went pretty smoothly this time. It's now 10:15 and I'm already on the way. But before I deliver that's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. But before I deliver that, I have one more delivery to make today in the region of Cologne. So at Cologne I am gonna switch out the greenhouse with the supplier, and then after I deliver my full load I'm going a little bit deeper in Germany to the border with Poland and Czechia to switch out the greenhouse, which was wrongly delivered. But yeah, just a warehouse mistake, just the wrong label on the wrong greenhouse. But since I'm getting pretty close with the full freight, we're gonna switch it out. It's no issue. Should all work out pretty well. I'm glad I'm already on the road, because normally they told me loading was at 10 o'clock. But since I live very close and it's Monday morning, I called the guys at a little past 9 to ask if it was already there, and it was all there. I could come load. So at around 9:15, 9:20 I arrived there. Truck was all loaded, and 10:15 I drove out of the building. So that went pretty smoothly. Ahead of the schedule I wanted to be. And now it's gonna work out great, because I have 4 hours and 17 minutes of driving time, and my delivery in Cologne is about 4 hours driving there. So that's right, that's perfectly fine with my driving time. Then there, after I switch out the greenhouse, I'm gonna wait there for 30 minutes, take my break, then finish the other 4.5 hours and find a place to sleep for tonight. The guy from here is busy sorting the greenhouse to give me the right ones. So he's taking out the glass from the box I brought and then putting in the right glass in a different box, because it's a bigger model which I have to take with me. But yeah, while he's doing that, I'm taking my 30-minute break. From here on out it's about 7.5 hours driving to do my delivery tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and finish 4.5 more hours, stay within my 9 hours, and then tomorrow it should be around 3 hours to go and unload. Gonna play it safe, give myself a bit of extra time, because now I know that I can stay parked there a little bit. So yeah, and I also got the return freight, but that's not until Wednesday for loading. Well, this one is unloaded and loaded. So now I'm gonna finish my 9 hours today, get as close as possible for tomorrow morning. But I do have to be a little bit smart about what I'm gonna do, because if I finish my 4.5 hours, it's gonna be 7:30 in the evening. So finding a parking spot is again gonna be pretty difficult. So I can't leave that till the last second. So I think I'm gonna drive 4 hours and then start looking for a parking spot. Then tomorrow do my 2 deliveries. One is gonna be pretty long. The other one is just a greenhouse, so yeah, just one pallet with my forklifts, about 5 or 10 minutes. Shouldn't be longer than that. And then after that, I'm going to finish my 9 hours again and get as close as possible to my pickup, which I have on Wednesday. And then on Thursday I should be able to unload in Comines, which is very close to where I live. After that, probably head towards the warehouse to do some more pickups there, head home, and then Friday do a day trip in Belgium. Fucking hell, I just got pulled over. So I was leaving from my delivery I just did, and I wasn't even that far. I didn't even get back on the highway, and I went through an intersection. I had a green light and the cops had a red light, and they were standing on the right side. And yeah, just before I got there, they turned on the flashing lights and they cut in front of me. So I figured kind of a late move, but they just got a call in or something, and they're gonna go there now. And the car, it said please follow us. So I did that, but I knew that I was going to be in big trouble, because 2 weeks ago I went over my driving hours pretty significantly. So I did 5 hours where you're only allowed to do 4 hours and a half. So I knew that for that I was going to get a ticket, but I was still hopeful, because one of my colleagues got checked a few weeks ago as well, and they just asked his CMRs and his driver's license, and they checked that. That was all good, so he was free to go. But yeah, I followed them. They asked my driver's license, my passports, my CMRs, all the documents of the truck, all the documents of the trailer, the documents of the forklift as well. So at that point I was like, this isn't going to go well. If they're asking everything, all my documents are in order, but this isn't going to end well for me. I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna get a ticket. And yeah, then he asked me to open the back door, so I took off my forklift, opened the back door, showed him the loads. The loads was perfectly fine, all the straps were fine, so far all good. My documents were okay, and my load was good as well. And then I went to hang back the forklift on the truck, and he asked if it was okay if he read out my tachograph while I was doing that. Of course I said yeah, sure, no problem. So he went to read out my tachograph, told me I could wait in the truck. They went to their car without saying anything. So I was waiting for about 10 minutes. Very stressful 10 minutes. Because I was sure I was going to get a ticket for that, because it's only 2 weeks ago. It's definitely on my driver's card. They definitely seen it. So yeah, I was thinking I'm out of luck. This is going to be a pretty big ticket. But he came back with a paper, and he gave me all my documents back. And then he gave me another paper, and he told me, like, keep this document with you for the next 8 weeks. If you get another check, you can just show this that you've already been checked. And then I asked if everything was okay, because this is actually the first time I'm getting pulled over with the truck. So I didn't know, like, am I gonna get the tickets now? Am I gonna get the tickets a little bit later in the mail or something? I don't know. So I asked him, is everything okay? He told me, yeah, everything's fine. You're good to go. So I don't know if they just read like 1 day of my tachograph or something like that, or if they saw it but they also saw like it's just one time and all the rest is nicely within his hours, so we're not gonna get him for that. I don't know. I also compensated that day a little bit, so I did go over my hours half an hour, and then I took my break and I added half an hour extra break just to like show my goodwill, I guess. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter for the law. You know, you broke the law, so that should be a ticket. I'm very happy I didn't get a ticket. So yeah, how I didn't get a ticket, I don't know, but it must be my lucky day, I guess. And then since I was off the hook, I asked him if I was allowed to take a picture of my truck and the cars, because it's gonna make a good thumbnail for this video. And he told me, yeah, that's fine, but just not with us on it. I told him, no, I just want the cars and the truck, if that's fine. He told me, yeah, that's all fine, go ahead. So I did that, and we all went a separate way. So I didn't get a ticket. I did lose half an hour over there. So now it's gonna be even later. So I think I'm just gonna eat my lost ticket as that, and yeah, finish my driving time today, find a parking spot, stay within my hours this time. Tomorrow leave early enough so I have enough wiggle room that if something like the last time happens, that there's a big accident and the road is closed, that I'm not going to be in trouble again, going over my hours. And then, yeah, load on Wednesday, come home on Thursday. I don't think there's any reason for me to push to get home on Wednesday actually, so I'm not going to do that. I'm all packed up for the night. I found an Autohof. It's from here about 4 hours driving to my delivery, but I think I'm gonna leave around 7 o'clock just to be safe, just to give myself an extra bit of wiggle room, so I'm definitely not late. And worst case scenario, I take another break going there. That way I can eat lunch, just relax a little bit, and then go unload. But I found an Autohof. Tomorrow I should be able to take a shower here. The entrance is broken again, but I went inside to pay for the parking anyways, because the exit does work. So yeah, should be all good. I was pretty skeptical that I was gonna find a place here. I was doubting a bit, like, am I gonna go here or am I gonna finish my 9 hours, because I only did 8.5. I still had half an hour driving time. But it was on some B roads, the highway wasn't anywhere near, so I figured I found out to Autohof, better give it a chance, and hopefully there's parking. I'm gonna call the night now. Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock I'm gonna wake up, try and grab a shower here. If that's not possible, I'm just gonna eat some breakfast and head out a little bit earlier to stop along the way to grab a shower somewhere else. I just got back from the gas station. I grabbed a shower, bought a coffee and bought myself some breakfast, since I had a voucher of €6 for paying for the parking yesterday. I don't know why I actually paid for the parking, because yesterday evening when I arrived, the barrier to come in, that was open and you couldn't get a ticket. So me and another driver here, we went inside told the lady at the cash desk like the barrier is broken, we didn't get a ticket. And she made us pay 12 euros for the parking, which is the price here, and then gave us a receipt. But I didn't get a ticket with a barcode on there. And the barrier to exit, you have to scan a barcode. And she told me if tomorrow morning it doesn't work, just head in the shop, tell them, show them this ticket, and they'll open it for you. But I only realized the barcode thing after I already left the shop and was back in the truck, so I figured I'll deal with it in the morning. And now I went to go grab my shower, and I thought I'll pass by the barrier just to check it out and then ask inside before I leave. And the barrier to exit is just opened at this point. So somewhere this night they must have figured out we'll just open the barrier, that's easier. Because the entrance barrier is blocked and everybody walking inside to come and ask to open the barrier, we'll just open the other side as well. So I could have gotten a free parking, but at the end of the day I just paid 6 euros for the parking, and the other 6 euros I used in a voucher to grab a coffee and my breakfast. It's now 7:30, I had my breakfast and my coffee. I checked the routes, there shouldn't be too much traffic, but you never know, so I'm gonna leave now. That gives me an hour and a half of wiggle room. Worst case scenario, I have to take another break of an hour, be half an hour early, but that was fine, then I can wait on the property for unloading. If I have traffic, then I still have 45 minutes I can take my break and have 45 minutes to lose in traffic. So yeah, just gonna play it safe, leave a little bit early, take a longer break if necessary, but I don't want to push it like I did last time. I just parked up, it's now 11:30. I'm gonna take my 45-minute break here, and after that it's about half an hour more to go and do my delivery, so I'll be there around 12:30, so half an hour early to my scheduled delivery time, but that's fine, half an hour is perfect. Then I can call the guys, they're gonna pick me up, and by the time I get into the building site, take off my forklift and everything like that, it's gonna be 1 o'clock and the crane is gonna be available. It's a good thing I left early enough this morning, because now that I just took my break, I end up in a little bit of a traffic jam. There was just a small fender bender, and that's why there was a bit of traffic. Lost about 5 minutes. Well, everything's unloaded here at the building site. Was a bit more hectical than it was last time. Getting in was taking a bit too long, so I was nicely on time, but then the guys at the check-in, that took quite some time. And then once I was in the building site, I had to reverse into the bay where I have to unload. But there was another truck unloading machinery there, so I wasn't able to get in. And yeah, so that took a little bit longer. So they were all stressing because they only have a certain period of time to unload with the crane, and that was from 1 to 3. And normally it takes about 2 hours. Last time with me it took 2 hours. With my colleagues it takes 2 hours. So they were expecting it to take 2 hours again. But it's now 20 past 2, so it took a good hour to unload everything with the crane. Which for me is awesome as well, because that means I'm going to be a bit earlier at my last delivery of the day. So yeah, I'm very happy with that as well. So this is the last one unloaded for the day. I was hoping to film here unloading because I didn't get to film much loading and unloading. But I'm literally in the middle of the road. My truck barely fits on these roads. There's power lines, very low hanging. So yeah, it's right on the edge of a village. And to be really careful getting here, now I have to get out of here, which is going to be a challenge as well. So I'm just checking the GPS before I start driving blindly. But yeah, it was a pretty difficult place to get here. Now getting out, I missed my street to get in, so I think I'm gonna use that to get out of here. But then again, it was a pretty tight one going here, so I hope getting away is a little bit easier. But definitely a very difficult address, so this corner is gonna be a very tight one. One of the things they taught me when you're doing a tight maneuver, open your window and take it slow. That way, if you hit something or you're about to hit something, you can stop and you can hear it. This is cutting too close with that wall. Yeah, just gonna take my time getting out of here. I'm not in a rush, so just gonna take my time. Yeah, take it out. Woof! Get out of there. Wow. That definitely was an interesting address to get to. But yeah, it was a home address with a greenhouse, so those are always a bit interesting. If you're lucky, they're on a big street, but if you're unlucky like me, it's in a village. And yeah, funny thing happened there. So there was a low-hanging power line right next to the road. And I did see it when I was coming in there, and I noticed it was going to be very tight. But when I swung open my door went underneath the power line. But then to close it, my door caught on the power line. And you don't want to just keep yanking, because the lock of my door, that was hanging on the power line. And I knew if I'm gonna keep yanking this, I'm just gonna either break my lock or break that power line, and I don't want to either one of those. So the guy was looking like, oh, this is gonna be a big issue. And well, I had two options. I could just move forward a little bit and hope that further up the road I could give myself a little bit more space away from the power line, or near a pole where it would be higher so I could swing my door closed. But I chose for the other thing, and I just lowered the air suspension, because with just the last little bit of my door catching, and I know lowering your air suspension can make quite a big difference. So I did that, and it fits just underneath there. So that worked perfectly. So yeah, just a situation where you adapt and you overcome your issues. I have 35 minutes of driving time left, so the search for a parking spot is on. It's now 6:30. I just went onto a gas station looking, but there were, it was completely filled. Every space I could think of was completely taken. So now I'm just gonna keep going a little bit, and hopefully I'm gonna pass an auto off. I can take 45 minutes break, and then I have another hour to find a parking spot. But I don't really want to use my 10th hour today. I want to keep it for later in this week. So if it's necessary, I have it on Friday to come home. I have 15 minutes of driving time left, but I just parked up. A bit of creative parking. If someone comes and tells me I have to go, then I'm just taking my 45 minutes and finishing the rest of my driving time, going towards my pickup for tomorrow. But if not, I'm just gonna stay here, sleep here, and tomorrow leave around 6 o'clock, something like that. I don't know when my pickup actually opens, so I'm gonna guess around 7:30, 8 o'clock I should arrive there. It's about an hour and a half driving, and from here on it's 9 hours and 45 minutes to make it to my pickup and then go home. So that's cutting it very close tomorrow if I want to stay within my 10 hours. So I'm gonna see how tomorrow goes. If everything goes smoothly, I might be able to make it home, but I'm doubtful. Good morning. I had a lovely night's sleep here. It was very nice, very quiet, very relaxed. It's now 6 o'clock. I just did my walk around of the truck. Everything's fine, so no one came to bother me this night. I'm about to leave to do my pickup. It's an hour and a half driving, so let's head out. I have arrived at my pickup location, but I'm gonna have to wait a little bit until another driver is finished unloading. Then it's my turn for loading, and from there on out it's about 9-hour drive to get home. My GPS telling me I have 10 minutes short to make it home, but we'll see when we get on the road. I might knock some time off my driving time. It's all loaded up. It took a bit longer than I wanted to because there was first another truck who had to load, but nothing I can do about that. Now it's about a 9-hour drive if I want to make it home today. So I'm gonna crack on and see if I can make it or not. See if I can make up a little bit of time along the way to actually make it home tonight. If not, it's gonna suck a bit because I'm gonna be pretty close to home. And for my delivery tomorrow, it's just over the border in France, so very close to where I live. So I would like to get home tonight. My 45-minute break is almost over. I'm very annoyed. I didn't get much of a break actually, because I went in the gas station to grab a shower. I have been waiting there for 35 minutes. After that I said fuck this is not normal anymore, and I just grabbed a bite to eat. Just things like this get really annoying really fast. When you're out on the road, it's little things like grabbing a shower and stuff like that which can make your day a lot better. I was really looking forward to this shower. I have been up since 5:30 this morning, been on the road since 6 o'clock. It's now past 1 o'clock. It's actually already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't grab a bite to eat yet. Then I wait here to take a shower, hoping to feel a bit refreshed to finish the rest of my day, and then you're just waiting there for... Either way there's someone in the shower and he's taking his time, which is a bit antisocial. If you're a trucker, you know that other people are gonna want to shower as well. Or just what I have seen before, people at the cash desk who are just too lazy to clean the showers and just say someone's in there to not let you grab a shower. Either way, it's very annoying. I have 4 hours and 30 minutes of my driving time left. That's not enough to get home normally, but I'm gonna try it anyway. On my road there's not many nice gas stations to sleep at. The best one to sleep at is very close to my house, so then I'm gonna be even more annoyed. I didn't make it home. The traffic in Antwerp was a bit too much. It's about 30-minute drive from here. But here at least I can take a shower. You have the paid showers and you have the free showers. The free ones aren't really that clean, but I have flip-flops with me, so it doesn't matter that much. I'm just glad to be able to finally take a shower. I drove exactly 10 hours. I had 1 minute of driving time left. So yeah, just a bit of a shit day. If I had less traffic I would have made it home, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm gonna grab a shower and grab a bite to eat because I'm completely done for today. My food is in the microwave. I got back from the free showers because the paying ones, there was a line, so I didn't want to wait. Tomorrow around 6:30, something like that, I'm gonna leave here to do my delivery just over the border in France. That's at 7:30, and after that I'm not sure yet what I have to do. That's all that's in my planning left. So after that I'm gonna send dispatch a message and see what the rest of the week has in store for me. the day starting great again. So my truck sounds like a tractor again. And coming in for doing my delivery, I noticed that my mud flap completely came off. So it's rubbing on the tire. The mud flap itself is broken, the connection is broken. So yeah, I'm gonna see to unload, and after that gonna see if I can fix it. So the mud flap is off, the truck is almost unloaded. After this I am going to Heidelberg, where I'm gonna load a full truck for tomorrow morning delivery in Antwerp. That's a ride I've done at this point dozens of times, so yeah, that's a chill ride. I like doing that. And yeah, at the warehouse I'm gonna check, because my truck is going in for service then. I'm taking one of the older devs with me to Antwerp tomorrow, and then I'm gonna check whether or not I can take the mud flap off one of the other trailers that's standing still in our warehouse and switch it out myself, because I don't think our mechanic is in today. There's been a change of plans. So since the mud flap is completely off the truck, and that's the reason for the police to pull you over and give you a ticket, they don't want to risk it that I'm still driving around with that. So I'm now going to the warehouse, dropping off my truck itself to the DEF service center. They're gonna probably change out the injectors, because it is sounding worse and worse every minute I drive with it. I don't have an engine fault, but it is sounding pretty bad. Our mechanic isn't in the warehouse until Wednesday of next week, but we have exactly the same trailer standing in our warehouse with a piece of the bumper missing because somebody had a mishap. So that trailer isn't being used for the moment. So what I'm gonna do is take the mud flap off that trailer, put it on my trailer, put my broken mud flap in the workshop, and then when he comes back on Wednesday, he can check if we can still use this mud flap, if he can fix it, the brackets, or if he's gonna order a new one, and put that on the trailer that's standing in our warehouse anyway. That way my trailer isn't out of commission, I can still keep on driving this. And yeah, our mechanic has a bit of time to fix the other trailer. The mud flap is fixed. I now got one of the older devs with me. Going to pick up my load very close to where I live. Then gonna go home. And tomorrow morning I'm gonna do this delivery around Antwerp around 8 o'clock. That's all loaded up. Now I'm gonna head home, and tomorrow morning around 6:30 I'm gonna leave to go and do my delivery, I called the guy and we agreed to meet up around 8 o'clock. So yeah, but that's the drive I've done plenty of times already. So tomorrow pretty easy. I hope that tomorrow I get a call letting me know that my truck is finished, so I can go and pick that up. But honestly, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I'm going to go home this weekend without a truck. I hope this time they actually fix the injectors, because I've passed there a few times already with issues, and yeah, every time I come there they just delete the fault codes and tell me the truck is good to go, and a few weeks later I'm back there with the next issue. So hoping they fix it this time. But I'm gonna head home and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. You've joined me in the old DEF XF. I just got here this morning, and I am hoping it's still gonna start. So it was already complaining that the battery is very low. So let's give it a go. So it started up, no issues. That's a great start of the day. It's now 6 o'clock. I'm gonna leave towards Antwerp, unload there, and then hopefully I can go back to the warehouse to pick up my truck. Yesterday dispatch gave me a message that normally during the day my truck should be finished with new injectors. So fingers crossed that by the time I get back I can pick up my own truck again. That one is unloaded. Now the rest of the day I have some local pickups to do. After the pickups I'm going to the warehouse, and then I'm gonna load my trailer for Monday, and hopefully pick up my own truck again at the DEF service center. Yesterday they told me it should be finished during the day. So normally the weekend I have my own truck with me. But yeah, the rest of the day is gonna be pretty boring, just some local pickups. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my content, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.